If you write it, you need to speak it. Someone out there believes it.
I don't love me.
Lock 'em down like bam.
Crows pick at my rotten flesh, distorting my image.
We will stand through the rain, the flame.
I'm a god.
Put it all in the bag. Straight to the point, lyrical greatness.
Recognize the violence.
Took his soul away. Poppy set up shop and make a van house a drug home. Hey CCP, how you doing today? When I say CC, you say P. CC, CC. When I say drop the, you say Mike. Drop the, Mike. Drop the, Mike. When I say I love, you say poetry. I love poetry. I love poetry. Give it up for drop the mic. Let's get it started. What's up, everybody? How you doing today? I like that energy. I like that energy. I hope you keep it up for the rest of this afternoon. Welcome to Drop the Mic, a spoken word poetry competition that we're offering here at Community College of Philadelphia for the very first time. Give it up for it being the first time for Drop the Mic. Thank you to all the contestants as well as to the audience members who are here today sharing this afternoon to support all of our student poets who will be coming up to the stage. My name is Dr. Michelle Myers. I'm the chair of the Learning Lab and Student Academic Computer Center Department here at Community College of Philadelphia. I'm also the faculty advisor for the Spoken Word Poetry Club and one of the coordinators for Drop the Mic. And give yourselves a round of applause. We definitely want to make sure that everybody understands how much we value you and we value your words. The purpose of this show is to really showcase our talent here at Community College of Philadelphia because we do have some really wonderfully talented students, and we want to make sure that when you come up on stage that you feel supported and and that you know that we're really listening to what it is that you have to say. Okay, I want to introduce also our judges for today, and so we're going to start here at the end of the table. This is Kevin Covington, who is a support coach in the Center for Male Engagement. Please put your hands together for Kevin. And next to Kevin, we have Elizabeth Catanese, who is a professor in the English department. Please give it up for Elizabeth. And next to Elizabeth, we have Alicia Dantzler. Please give it up for Alicia. She is a graduate of Community College Philadelphia, is completing her bachelor's degree, and is a spoken word poet here in the local Philadelphia spoken word poetry scene. And next to Alicia, we have DeForio Barlow, who is a testing specialist in the assessment center here at CCP. Give it up for our judges. And so really quickly, I'm just going to go over the rules. Basically, this is a slam competition, so we are borrowing a lot of rules for today's competition from slams. So there is a time limit for your poems. Your time limit is 3 minutes and 15 seconds, okay? There is a timer on the table. As soon as you speak, when you come up to the mic, I am going to start the timer, and you can see the time counting up. Okay, it's not counting down, it's counting up to the 3 minutes and 15 seconds. If for every second that you go over the 3 minutes and 15 seconds, you will be penalized a half a point for each second you go over, okay? And so the judges will deduct that from their final scoring for you, okay, when you perform. There will be 2 rounds, all right? And I think it's also important for all of you to recognize that if you need to, I can also be here at the front of the stage with colored paper. So when you get to the 2 minute and 30 second mark, I'll hold up a blue piece of paper, okay? When you get to the 2 minute and 50 second mark, I'm gonna hold up a yellow piece of paper. And when you get to the 3 minute mark, I'm gonna hold up a red piece of paper so that you know you have 15 seconds, all right? And that you have to start to wrap it up, okay? I think those are just the basic rules. Profanity is allowed, okay? And we just really want everyone to have a great time, okay? So let me also just want to talk to you a little bit about how you're going to respond to the poets. If you like something that they say, if you really like what you hear, how do you do that? Do you snap? Show me what are you going to do? You're going to snap, you're going to clap, you're going to stomp your feet, okay? Really, I really want this room filled with the energy, okay? And really giving back to the poets what they're giving out to you, all right? So once again, keep that energy going. The first poet will let me first say the poet on deck is Darlene. First poet to the stage, Tatiana. Put your hands together for Tatiana, everyone.
I was a little nervous before getting onto the stage, but once I was able to deliver my poem, I was perfectly fine.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. So don't take my sunshine away. But you did, deprived from the love and joy in my life. I can still hear his cries as his heart ended his last breath. And you, who was a part of me, was slowly pulled away like an umbilical cord ready to be cut, like a doctor who managed to take away the only thing that connected us. And surprisingly, I did not run away from the tears that I kept to water the garden of your grave as you lie there, still inhaling my screams as your heart beat, like the sound of an African drum playing in the bone dry summer of misery. You were made with my flesh and blood, and you left me with the only thing a son can leave with their mother, their heart. And that's why I hold on to it with dear life, because I know one day, one happy day, I can hand it back to you. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Tatiana, everyone. You did a really great job. So right now we're going to ask the judges to give you a little bit of feedback, okay? Judge Kevin, do you have any feedback you'd like to give Tatiana?
Wow. First I want to say brilliant performance. I really like it. I mean, it takes a lot of heart to be that first person. Somebody has to be first, and you responded to that. The opening of it from the song, and then when you went right into the poem, very passionate, very, very passionate, and I appreciate that. So thank you.
Elizabeth?
I liked the use of language a lot. I liked the umbilical cord ready to be cut and all the really vivid images that I could see as you delivered the poem. Awesome.
Thank you. And Alicia?
You came on stage ready to perform, which was a great thing, and I also enjoyed the content in the poem as well.
Thank you. And DeForio?
Yeah, I appreciated the fact that you were ready. That was good for me.
Thank you. Give it up for the judges' comments. Give it up for Tatiana one more time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I think I did okay.
So on deck, we have Maurice, and next poet to the stage is Darlene. Everybody put your hands together for Darlene.
It's fun for me, and it's encouraging, and I try to give back.
Can I give you a poem?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, bee-ba-bam, the cry of my ancestor. Boom, and I answered. I am the pain of my struggle. I am the heartache of my past, ripped from my ancestral's mother's breast, sold to the beast man. The cycle just repeats itself. This time it's my own birth mother, abused, used, tossed to the wolves. My siblings, my fear, all hope gone. I see the light. It shines so bright. It's beckoning, pulling, coaxing me to come. I come. From the vagina to my heart I came. What? An orgasm. The light. It's still so bright. It's loving me. Not in the flesh, but the spirit. Who am I? I am female. My daddy's daughter. Boom!
How about if we start with Elizabeth? Elizabeth, you have comments?
Yes, I love that. I really appreciated the way that your arm motions were coming from your core. It really gave a sense of strength, and the rhythm of the boom, boom, boom at the beginning and then also at the end was really lovely.
Thank you. And Alicia?
You came on stage with so much energy, ready to perform for the crowd and giving it back to us. So I appreciate that. And I just love your voice and the way you move. And thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. And DeForio?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, who doesn't want an orgasm? Tens for that.
Thank you, DeForio. And Kevin?
Oh, I got to follow up. Orgasm, really? No, but your stage presence was great. Absolutely great. Your energy, we felt it here. So kudos to you.
Great. Thank you so much. Everyone show your love for Darlene one more time. Thank you so much. And so we have on deck Cindy, and the next poet to the stage is Maurice. Everyone give it up for Maurice.
People gonna remember what I said, I know that.
I'm fresh, and I'm next. My thoughts overtakes me. My mind be racing. My heart is pacing, just waiting for my spirit to break the matrix. Slay like Jason with power of a mason. It is a new beginning with a ruthless ending. It is finished. It's the age of the winners. You hear the young 6-bit Chris J. Coles and Kendricks. We're black, we're resilient, brilliant, militant. I'm just restating the message that was previously sent. People need to repent, let the conscience vent. Ponder where your liberty when get stability again. And overtake the giants who's mortal men who feared the wind. When will you wake and overpower them again? Yes, we're ordained to win. We're the melanin men. Birth from the Egyptians, then where the royal bloodline began. Yes, I have a plan to start over again. Before the racial betrayals and the murders. Go back to how it was when people were open and did what the Spirit showed them. I'm chosen, and I ride for the visions that my soul has showed me. I got God with me. I got the eyes with me. I'm a die bold and leave love in a world that's oh so cold.
Keep it going for Maurice, everyone. Keep it going for him. Thank you so much, Maurice. Yes, Alicia, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I enjoyed your lyric a lot. I wish you used the mic more for majority of your piece so I could have actually heard it better, but I do enjoy the lyrics.
Thank you. DeForio.
Maurice, I thought you were good. I couldn't understand a lot of stuff that you said, but I thought you were good.
Kevin.
Well, I've had the opportunity and the pleasure of watching Fresh perform, and you've always taken it to another level for me, so excellent, excellent.
Thank you. And Elizabeth.
I loved your rhyme in the poem. I love that there's resilient and brilliant, die bold, oh so cold. I was really picking up on the rhythm in it a lot. Good job.
Thank you so much. Everyone, give it up one more time for Maurice. So on deck, we have Casino Mike, and coming to the stage, we have Cindy. Everyone, put your hands together, show your love for Cindy.
Today was actually my first performance. I did it sort of like a confidence builder and an icebreaker, so when I decide to do it in the future, I thought today at community college will be, a good place to start with my peers.
Poetry. Expression in its prettiest form. Momentary values and ambitions have potential to soar far past the depths that astronauts have ever flown before. Oh, the beautiful mind that somehow stays hidden and concealed. But with a rhyme and a theme, all endeavors are revealed. Unveiled like a bride letting go of some of her deepest prides, ready to give herself as her lover looks deep into her eyes and begins to spot something new, and with surprise realizes that a part of her has always been disguised. Oh, the beautiful moment when you've learned to let go and swing from the hilltops into the waters that flow into the mind of the artist that has learned to work the ropes. The written word creates a chance to dig down deep into the crevices of your soul and balance on a beam of enlightenment with control, weaving perfectly through your words for a message that remains untold. And if I were a drummer, right now would be the drum roll. Never keep yourself concealed under a lock and key of insecurity, or bury light treasure so that no one would know or see just how glorious some of your thoughts could be. Beautiful words are like a bottle with a letter inside. The person could be gone, but their message will survive.
That's it. Keep it going for Cindy, everybody. Keep it going for her. Let her know how much you appreciated her poetry. Euphoria, do you have any comments for Cindy?
I really like the sincerity in your voice. I really, really like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kevin.
Yes, Cindy, I think I'll kind of voice the same thing before we were saying. I think it's the way you delivered the poem is very peaceful, very calming, but at the same time, it gave some advice to that inner person who may be struggling or something like that, so I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Elizabeth.
I too felt that there was a solid but confident energy in your piece. I loved the similes and metaphors. The beam of enlightenment was brilliant, like a light beam. The bride metaphor, just really beautiful.
Thank you.
And Alicia.
I enjoyed the way you worded your poem to relay your message. Everything was intentional, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. Great job, Cindy. Everyone, put your hands together one more time for Cindy. Thank you so much. So on deck, we have Sharmira, and coming to the stage, we have Casino Mike. Everyone, put your hands together for Casino Mike.
Here's the gimmick. It's not what you heard, it's what you're hearing. Yo, listen to the lyrics. Rappers nowadays are only fixed on appearance. What's happening is kids think it's great to be bad bitches, YOLO faggots with tight jeans still sagging off their asses. This ass kissing isn't something that I do. Nope. I'm dismissing any differences for hits and revenue. Is it sick admitting secrets in the music that you listen to, or something as simple as subliminal messages in what I send to you? I'm demonstrating, giving devastating news in a way that I can relate it to you, so keep on listening. Everything, and every time, I think what I speak, and I speak in the rhyme, in the rhyme, in the rhyme, in the rhyme, Here's the gimmick. I'm relying on my skills, precision, attention, Remember when I first broke in? Everything didn't make sense then. Goblins and ghouls in the night robbed my thoughts and they sold them to trolls. I'm a trigger, if I pull, then it's bra-ba-ba-bra to you with sonic booms. Making any lunatic about to lose his cool demonic. When I'm on it, cracking thick skulls. I'm returning to my habits and my roots. The only difference is the way I go and at it when I move. Cause I'll pop through your TV screen, pop through your stereo, more vivid than watching The Ring in 3D in your living room. It's critical, giving you images isn't just a thing to do. And if I lose my train of thought and start to drool, do not take me to the hospital. Even if I'm in a comatose, I'll probably like living as a fucking vegetable. Everything, and every time, I think what I speak, and I speak in the rhyme, in the rhyme, in the rhyme. Thank you.
So I do it to keep me sane, and mostly just because I absolutely love it.
Let's hear it one more time for Casino Mike, everybody. Good job.
That was nerve-wracking, huh?
Mr. Kevin Covington, do you have any feedback for Casino Mike?
I do. Yo, your flow is crazy.
Thank you.
It's like every time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I like it. I like the stage presence.
Thank
I
you.
like the flow of it. It just worked really well in a lot of different
Thank you.
levels.
Thank you. Elizabeth.
It was extremely musical. I loved the rhythm that was coming forward. The musicality throughout the performance really matched the message, I think, as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alicia.
As well, I enjoyed the flow, and also like that relationship between rap and poetry is something I can always appreciate, and you can hear like the music behind like what you were doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. And DeForio.
Never, ever judge a book by its cover.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
That was dope.
Thank you.
That was dope.
Dope,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you so much. Everyone, let's hear it one more time for Casino Mike. Thank you so much. Let's do a quick audience check-in. How's everybody feeling? We all having a good time? You like the poetry you heard so far? Good. So let's keep it going. On deck, we have Jay, and coming to the stage, we have Sharmira. Everyone, put your hands together for Sharmira.
I really want them to feel and understand everything I'm saying or what I went through while writing the poem. I'm not afraid of living. I'm not afraid of death. I'm only afraid of living a life of death. Dreary and cold like winter, when limbs of life peel off of pale branches that stretch out far enough to reach the sun, covered in clouds blown, in frigid winds that'll make your bones shiver, shake, like the trees losing their limbs day by day. Night lasts longer. The darkened sky makes life hard to see. The season feels dry and stale, like pickled flesh sleeping in the casket. The sight of a breathless being looks abnormal. They make you cringe. Weep prayers that make you remember a life you couldn't remember, when warm blood was flowing like the breeze, living in the air, flowing in the air. The afterlife tumbles over a cemetery of cement. Bony branches breathe and live on, but all we feel is the chill of a gray sky and the silence of mortality killing us on the inside. Sorrow looks like a past you can't change, and all you have is the present and yourself. Life goes on. You realize that time can take people away. Time can take yourself from you. Time can change like the weather, repeat like the seasons that grow old like us. Flesh doesn't last forever, but your spirit does. Why is it so hard for us to feel what we can't see? Why is it so hard for us to feel what we can't see? Why can't we see? A grave of bright colors light our blocks with their beauty of death. Blood red bonding with fresh orange and lightning colors. Dress walkways like the light leading to heaven's gates. Eternal rest couldn't have looked so peaceful, and I see grace in anything that leaves the surface of this earth. And I know the ending of anything feels like a piece of your heart was buried with them, and the rest of you would never forget. So tears overpower the glory of their life living longer than any human ever will. When will we realize when humans die, life for them would bloom again like spring, and missing them would only be normal? But knowing that when the sun wakes up with you, you'll know that there's somewhere in the light smiling back, living free forever. Thank you.
That's it, everybody. Let's hear it for Shamira. Really let her know how much you appreciated her poetry. Great job. Elizabeth, do you have any comments that you'd like to give to Shamira?
I felt that right in my heart. I felt it the whole time that you were performing. The language was beautiful, and all of your metaphors and similes were linked. So we had a lot about the weather and about colors combined with the emotions. Beautiful job.
Thank you. Alicia.
I'll echo some of that. I feel like you had so much feeling in everything you were saying, and your metaphors were very well delivered, and the imagery behind what you were saying was present throughout the entire piece.
Thank you. DeForio.
I really believe what you said. When you were up there shaking, that to me was real. I really appreciate that. That was a real good job.
And Kevin.
Yeah, during your whole performance, I kept thinking, I had to close my eyes at one point. I was taking in too much information, but I just thought, Maya, your flow was so like Maya Angelou's. It's so vivid, so graphic, but yet it touched. And I don't know if you picked up from the audience. It hit different people in different spots. It was like, yes, that resonated with me. It was nice. It was great. Great performance.
Great job. Everyone, please put your hands together one more time for Shamira. On deck, we have Noel Baines, and coming to the stage, we have Jay. Everybody, give a round of applause to Jay.
It's the first time that I actually go up and do something like this, so the first time I actually share something personal like this. Feeling like a puppet, someone took a hold of my strings. Limbs jerking, body takes a swing. Plunging to the ground, bones breaking, wait, that's just my heart. Muscles swelling up with pain, I feel like my joints are falling apart. The puppet master took a hold of my body and my life, filling me with anger, stress, and strife.
Screaming, but I just can't make a sound. Realizing it's my soul asking God to free me from these strings in which I'm bound. Feeling sorry for myself as I cry, yet dust streams down my face because my tears are dry. If I'm a puppet, am I not supposed to feel? So I sit back and recognize how much this is real. I try to grab a hold of the strings to break them apart. I struggle and fight, sweating from rage, but I've been weak from the start. So I ask God, please, give me the strength to cut them down. I plead, set me free from this misery. As the puppet master continues to take command, I give in to its power, in which I've allowed so long while taking a stand, yelling, God conquered the world and he dominated you. So help me understand, why am I enduring this shit you put me through? They say there are reasons why things occur. I'm still trying to figure it out. Why this puppet master is my life partner. With these last words, I ask God, please tell me your will for my life. I ask for guidance filled with strength and guard me from the puppet master's sight. So Father God, I ask you, please, I pray to thee, take my cup and deliver me from this misery.
Give it out one more time for Jay, everyone. Elizabeth, do you have any feedback you'd like to give?
I love how you got into it at the end. At the end of the poem, I could see that you were really feeling the poem a lot. I liked the idea of the puppet master and the sort of surprise when we learned who the puppet master was. I think a little bit more specificity about what those strings are in your life could help the poem, but overall, great performance.
Thank you.
Alicia.
I appreciate the extended metaphor that you carried throughout the poem, and you never lost it. And then I always respect poems that are done for healing, so thank you.
Thank you. DeForio.
Good job. I just wanted you to engage us a little bit more. You seemed a little nervous, but I just wanted you to engage us a little more.
And Kevin.
Yeah, actually, I would say that about the performance as well. But the actual poem it was so weighty, and that's not to say a bad thing. It was just we got a sneak peek into what I would see as something very personal, and then the surprise. It was like whoa, and it kind of took you to yet another level, and I admire the sincerity and the deepness of that. So,
Thank you. Thank you so much. You did a great job, Jay. Everyone, please show your love to Jay one more time. So on deck, we have Black Cancer, and coming to the stage, we have Noel Baines. Everyone, put your hands together for Noel.
We live in a very miserable world, and in order to prevent that, there has to be some precaution taken. So I write rather than I do. So if I'm feeling upset, I'd rather write about being upset than actually lashing out.
This is sin number 1 of 7. It's pride. Give me 50,000 shekels to embezzle in myself. I bought some cattle, swords to battle with, a chapel where I sample burning candles for my wealth. I never gamble on my ankles or my health. See my sandals held together by themselves. Said I never needed help. Not from kings nor from those overwhelmed by the smell. I'm the shit. When God sculpted a person seemingly perfect, he quit. To admit I'm the world's greatest gift to civilians, better than the man made of dirt in his ribs, I can never be deceived by the serpent. Instead, I serve a purpose. I exist to dismiss any script that denies any ties that were stitched from my pride to the crypt. Now I pry open manuscripts to find where my pride found a crime to commit. It's just anger. Such a hypocrite. Fuck a formal list of morals. What could be afforded in a mortal life is forced. Your quarters boarded up. You're off the edge of being poor, and you sold your only soul for endorsements over Thomas Ford. We gorge on smorgasbords of organized torture, and when you short on cash, you gonna ask till your ass is sore. That's more and more insecure at an Apple store trying to swipe an iPhone 4. I'm so angry, I done tore through the Torah like conquistadors before us, ripping through religion like a dinosaur. Assorted theorists make war, they don't even try to hear us anymore, so I roar with my spirit. Here's lust. Terms of endearment. I whisper in your ear something sinister, shit to make you whimper through your fingers. pierced lips, with kisses that linger on your lips, written like scripture, bitten in forbidden fruit, so bitter that blooms withering next to you. I swoon. But soft, with light through yonder window shines aloft, like a cloth touches soaked to my skin. I was lost in your eyes till your limbs split apart. We divide what provided us with life. And draped in lace from head to waist, I wait for none. And when I'm done, you just need a new replacement for my love and not the lust that you wasted on a vacant face above my grave. I was only trying to bust a nut. Here is sloth. I'll leave you with this. Rest easy. The setting sun lies in the east. I'm sly and discreet, so I sleep. Each of death's relatives negative, so I swallowed a sedative to bring me peace. I close my eyes to number sheep, like 1, 2, 3. I'm lumbering in slumber so deep, Bo Peep couldn't reach him. Each shepherd speaks of deceit, and my receipt features bittersweet dreams and a life incomplete. So as it seems, I spend my time in between praying to God for the day I oversleep. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Noel, everyone. Really, let him hear it. Let him hear it. He did a great job. Alicia, do you have some feedback for Noel?
Yeah, I scribbled a bunch of stuff trying to listen, but I like the confidence you brought on stage, and then you did this thing where you switched between, with each sentence you spoke about, you switched between tones, and I could appreciate that. And you had a bunch of Easter egg lines in there as well, so thank you.
DeForio.
Yeah, I wrote down that you changed your tones. I was kind of changing with you. I was waiting for the other 3 sins to get there.
I have 2 times to go.
But good job. I thought it was a good job.
Thank you. Kevin.
Yeah, I too also noticed that demeanor change with each piece, and I really like that because they reflect each piece. What I would say is that during your performance, up until Sloth, it seems as though like the microphone stand was in your way, and you would come back to it. Whereas Sloth, you kind of was happy with it right there. So I would just say, incorporate that into your performance. If it's in your way, take that mic and own it, own that stage. But, other than that, good performance.
Thank you. And Elizabeth.
In the first poem, I like the confidence, and you're sort of comparing yourself to Jesus, I believe. Yeah, that was bold. Yeah. That was a good move. And then I like the sincerity of your tone in the second 2 parts as well.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you so much, Noel. Everyone, put your hands together one more time for Noel. So on deck, we have Blue. On deck, we have Blue. And coming to the stage, we have Black Cancer. Everyone, put your hands together for Black Cancer.
I enjoy doing poetry. It gives me another outlet to release as much as I enjoy rap and hip hop.
Reacquaintance. It's an awkward situation when you walk past an old classmate you recognize from the hallways where they stationed, but barely remember their name because you hardly was acquainted in the first place. I mean, you partially were strangers, barely talked during English, math, social studies. Shit, you just weren't social buddies. And when it came to being tight, you didn't come close to putty, so why try to fill in the cracks now when the bond back then was even broke and ugly, like Flavor Flav before VH1 started promoting loving a guy like him? Anyway, y'all exchanged how you doings, long times no season. You were probably screwing for 6 minutes and 45 seconds just to kill BMW time. Now, funny how you got one and he racing towards eating the government job, because basically his funds he's deprived of, which explains the reason why he hustles for that 9 to 5 grub. A 1-900 hustler who thought that all he'd ever know was weed and cane, while you serve knowledge to your brain with no Glock, but yet you aim for his first 2 letters in the alphabet to impress the colleges you seen, because selling drugs wasn't in your prophecy of fame. You was not into the game at all. You had morals, like kind of quiet, bias all your life, quiet all your life, the type that just wants to shine. Quiet all your life, tired all your life. Quiet and polite. Biased and polite, the tight. I can't. Let's try this again. You damn near was quiet all your life, biased and polite because you often wanted to discover what the sisters and brothers aim to try to get in life. And the answer, nothing. See, they had a different struggle. You achieve A's, they were gradually flunking. You were screenplays, they was acting give-a-fuckish. Unity Day, they neglected giving help with. You smoked through textbook, these characters was puffing. Therefore, if you recognize the face but not the name, don't be ashamed. It's quite the same on their behalf also. See, they was in floss mode. You play hard to be in boss mode, the cross toes of those who were eager to be shining, but yet their brains lacked nutrition, so they were weak-minded, street grinding to reach climates of hot knits and hot whips with tops dropped bent to the back like a finger when it snaps. Yeah, they failed to snap out of that popcorn player dream that they often made up like Maybelline to embellish and relish the persona that they carry for themselves instead of making dreams come true and dropping that false image that everyone has grown to love. Because they all gimmicks and you know the struggle determines the make or break you aspects of one's life. And evidently they never stopped on your pursuit of happiness. Not even for one light. So as the time comes to part ways, the same way y'all did in those high school hallways, the talk changed with no numbers exchanged, just small change of wisdom learned from the individual who treated his life like an arcade game.
To not have a good recovery when I try to bounce back from fumbling with a poem, that didn't work in my favor, but hopefully if I make it to the second round, I'll do better.
Euphoria, do you have feedback?
Black Cancer, although you fumbled, I still felt like you were in it the whole time. The whole time. I like your swag. I dig the bounce when you was talking. Good job for me.
Thank you. Kevin.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can actually use that pause if it ever happens again and just incorporate it into your flow, because until you told us you had a
Exactly.
we thought it was a part, you know, we thought, okay, this is, because it was a great pause. And I think you touched on a lot of common notes, you know, when you open up your poems. Like, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, I knew somebody like that. Yeah, but really good, really good.
Thank you. Elizabeth.
I was impressed by the striking clarity of your poem. You could move quickly, and we understood every word that you were saying. And starting with the direct experience of seeing someone in the hallway and then bridging it to a shared experience of many people, I thought was brilliant.
And Alicia.
Just like, you know your piece, and just own it. And, you know, we don't know you mess up unless you show us. So just own it.
Thank you so much, judges. Everyone, please put your hands together one more time for Black Cancer. So on deck, we have James Allen. And the next poet coming to the stage is Blue. Please show your love for Blue as she comes to the stage.
I write poetry and I like to perform poetry, spoken word, because it's a part of me. It's not a part of me, it is me, it's who I am. Once more, you stand in front of me while I have tears in my eyes and tell me to just breathe. Everything's all right. Things will get better. Calm down. Stop! Telling me to breathe works just about as well as trying to baptize a cat. Can't you realize that? Well, of course you can. You can't see what I see. You can't tell me to breathe. I don't want to just breathe. I want to sit in the corner and bang my head against the wall. I want to rage. I want to shout. I want to vent. I want to break down. You can't see what I see. You can't feel what I feel. You can't witness what I witness, experience what I experience, and you never will, because you don't have my mind. You don't have my eyes. You don't have my heart, my soul. So you will never understand. You will never relate. You will never comprehend. You will never, I know exactly what you're going through. You can't. You just can't. I need to rage. I need to vent. I need to scream, annihilate, terminate, and obliterate. I need to shout. I need to scream to silence. Shatter the silence. Wake the world. And only then will I be able to just breathe.
Put your hands together one more time for Blue, everybody. Good job. Good job. What the judges have to say. Come on over here. Kevin,
Wow.
you have some feedback for Blue.
I think DeForio said it earlier with Casino Mike. It's like judging a book by its cover. It's like you come across when you hit the stage, it's so quiet and so soft, and then it's like after a while, it's like I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You don't know. It was well delivered, very well delivered. The content, there was no break in it. You just knew. We were happened to be looking into a room. You were talking to somebody, and it just worked well on all levels. So very good.
Thank you. Elizabeth.
I don't know the experience that sparked the poem, but I could feel you feeling it as you delivered the poem. I loved also the incorporation of the dialogue of the other telling you to breathe and the pause when you would get the voice of the other person in there. It was beautiful.
Thank you. Alicia.
It was definitely relatable. And for some reason, like one of my notes that I wrote down was like, not breathe, but take your time, because I wanted to feel like that anger. Like I wanted to feel you hold that anger and being pissed off when somebody's telling you these things. But that was my only feedback.
Thank you. DeForio.
My one and only comment is I know exactly what you're going through.
Thank you. Everybody, please put it together. Put your hands together one more time for Blue. Thank you so much. How y'all feeling, audience? Are you still with us? Yeah. You like the poetry here so far? Glad to hear that. So on deck, we have Johnny K. Johnny K is the next poet on deck. And coming to the stage, we have James Allen. Please give a round of applause for James Allen, everyone.
I just like to express myself. I like art, and it's the only way I can get it out through vocally.
James Allen, cold as a winter night. On an uphill battle, a journey to find Christ. My life was sometimes torture, could have made me resort to violence, straight up wild and waste my talent. So my challenge, find purpose, dipping, dodging these serpents. Every corner they lurk in the precision of a sergeant, maneuver through. Fear's an illusion, fooling who? I'd rather go chase my dreams than live in a cubicle. Dear Lord, what am I to do? I keep losing jobs, friends, and girls too. But through every loss, I learned something new. He was sending a message and I didn't have a clue. So all I need is faith of a mustard seed. I must succeed. Shame on the doubters, cause I believe in a higher power. We on earth, the time is ours. Fighting for a soul, the devil trying to devour. War ready, I'm your soldier. Small guy with force of falling boulder. Get rid of the ignorance and push forward the culture. Vultures, they prey on your demise. Jealousy in their eyes. Hate you for your success cause they lacking the drive. Empty inside. I would hate to be that guy. I'm no stranger to procrastination, staring at my iPhone in fascination, entertained by drama, who's making a fashion statement, social media, but that's another story. Maya's my mind racing, blessed by God and tempted by Satan. One thing's for sure, I cannot stop praying. I look to the Lord and he just keeps me waiting. Patience, young man, patience.
Poetry is not really my thing. I just wanted to try it out, and I think I did well, but it's a lot of great artists in there.
DeForio.
Blessed by God, tempted by Satan. Good eye contact. I like your flow. I like the reality of it all. It was good for me. I like the energy.
Kevin.
Yeah, you were actually in my wheelhouse for a little bit, man. I was like, this brother been watching me walk around and whatnot. Blessed by God. But that's a whole other story. For the first part, it was like, he's going 90 miles an hour, and I'm back in 098 reading, trying to catch up to your last sentence. But after a while, I was like, okay, I get this. I got it. Good delivery.
Elizabeth.
I like your choice of shirt. I think it goes nicely with the sort of like active squares moving all around. Really nice. I loved the rhyme of keeps me waiting, of mustard seed and I must succeed. Mm-hmm. A lot of really interesting rhymes in there. I felt it too.
And Alicia.
I agree with Kevin over here. I felt like you were going really fast, but at some point it gave me this feeling like a preacher delivering a sermon. And I could appreciate that. And then also, your eye contact was on point. You made sure you basically got around this whole room giving eye contact.
Thank you so much. Everyone, please, another round of applause for James Allen. So on deck, we have Kevin F. Abbott. And coming to the stage, we have Johnny K. Please put your hands together for Johnny K, everyone.
Hi, Mom. Is school cool or no? School is for cool kids. What's the definition of cool to you? Cool means slightly cold and slightly hot, right? These mountaintops will melt and hell will freeze over because of how cool I am. Trying to reach my pinnacle, waking up in the AM to get home in the AM. Life is like a mountain. Can I ever rest? Can I interest you in interest for the rest of your life, paying debt that you'll never get out of? My soul hasn't slept in days. I need some inner rest. Let me stop right here before I take things out of context. Don't label me successful. You didn't see shit yet. I ponder with confusion. Is school the answer to all my problems? Will school help me solve a real problem other than finding X and Y? I'm a man, goddammit. I've been found my X and Y's. I'm doing these math problems and I forgot why. Oh, no. I really forgot why. I saw my ex, then I asked myself why. Why is my ex here? Don't you see? I'm still trying to figure out why. Whatever. I have bigger problems. Even though I'm still young, I'm only 18. I got to think of a career that I want to do for the rest of my life. But I'm only 18. I feel like an elder, but I'm only 18. And a fiend for knowledge, but this college tuition has me reconsidering my decision. Should I stay or should I go? I don't know which roads to choose. It's too easy to be a failure. I want to win, not lose. The snooze have never been hit on my alarm. But when I sleep, I dream of danger. Even your own mind can cause you harm. When you think too much thoughts, not enough sleep for 7 days straight, but my mind isn't weak. School then work, a little bit of music, school and work. Fuck this schoolwork. I gotta make this money. If school is for cool kids, why are the cool kids not in school? Thank you.
The vibe, the energy, it was awesome.
Put your hands together one more time for Johnny K. Elizabeth, do you have any feedback for Johnny K?
Yes, I like how you bookended the poem with the idea of cool, and the riff on why in the center of the poem was really cool. I liked your tone, the sort of even keel, and I wondered if you could amp some pieces up a little bit more. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alicia.
I'm like, I get hyped when people say or no, so thank you for saying that. And I appreciate the way you flipped interest, X and Y, and then 18. Like, you flipped these things like consistently throughout your piece, and that was really dope.
Thank you.
I think cool kids are in school.
Word.
You know, you're here, so that's a good thing. I liked it. I just wanted a little more energy from you, just a little bit more.
All right.
Thank you, DeForio. And Kevin.
Yeah, definitely a good piece. I just felt as though during the performance you felt either it was something new and you weren't very comfortable with it, and that's kind of what gave the pauses to it, and you know, maybe it's a whole device piece too, because you did a lot of contact with reading it, but not really connecting with the audience, but it's a very good piece. But I just wanted, just kind of work on those things.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Johnny K, everyone, please give it up for him one more time. So the next poet on deck and closing out round one of today's audition for Drop the Mic is Zakia Quill. But coming to the stage, we have Kevin F. Abbott. Everyone, please welcome Kevin F. Abbott to the stage.
I hate
all of my exes with every organ in my body because my heart just isn't big enough to do my distaste justice. I cannot stand any of them. Like my blood begins to boil and my skin begins to itch whenever someone utters their name. I pray to God that Satan is generous enough to let me eat their ashes. I want those bitches to burn, die in a slow but reassuring fire. I imagine pouring their ashes into the wind. I can taste their guts with every gust. I hope they all deleted my number, I say, right up until that moment that one of them texts me, and then all of my demonic thoughts diminishes and she has me again right at that place where it's too vacant to be heaven, but hot in all the right places to make it feel good. It feels good, but this can't be hell either. It's steamy in all the ways that I like it. My palms, they start to sweat and tremble the same way they did the first time she reached out to me, but this time she all like, I don't even know what it is about you, but like, I really fuck with you, but you don't fuck with me, and I miss you. And then you get all googly-eyed, knowing you deleted her number, but those 10 digits are still easily recognized. You play it off with a, my bad, all my contacts got deleted and shit, who this though? But you don't know if you want to be reintroduced because you've never really forgotten. There are parts of you that still allow to be relevant. The same organs you used to once hate her, to disown her, from the crown of your cranium to the tip of your toenails, they all allow her back with open arms. She knows you, so she knows your arms are still sheltered. No matter how many times she leaves your heart vacant, she's back, dusting off the cobwebs and fiddling on your heart's doorknob again. She has your keys. She has your keys again. You still can't recognize an unwanted house guest. That's all she'll ever be. Sojourning, staying for a little while, she'll be gone. When your heart starts to feel too much like heaven and you love her in ways that only God is supposed to be able, she'll disappear. It's obvious. Demons aren't supposed to play deacon. She'll never be heavenly enough. Even when she appears angelic, she'll still have those wicked intentions. She uses her halo and her pitchfork interchangeably. You never know which version you're going to get. I get it. Sometimes I'm just like you, contemplating whether or not I'm in the mood to be burned, but always leaving the door open wide enough for the fire to creep back in. All of my exes find ways to creep back in, but don't be like me. Continue to hate those girls. Pray to God that Satan is generous enough to let you eat their ashes. Have their fucking hearts for dinner. Only fuck with the ones you're still fucking, and to the rest of them, text back in all caps, please. Pretty, please delete my damn number. Smiley face. Whenever I do this poem, people receive it in the same way that I wrote it. I wrote it out of frustration, and they understand that frustration, so I think it's always a great response.
Alicia, do you have any feedback for Kevin?
I definitely can relate to you. And then thanks for the humor. Like, I was smiling throughout the entire piece, but I also got the message behind it, and I think that's something that's really hard to do, so thank you.
DeForio.
From the time you started, I think not just me, but everybody in here was engaged. So that was good for me. That was good.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Yeah, I thought at the first part when you started you needed a hug and you needed to be introduced to some other folks. But no, I think when you bring humor to pain and kind of work in and out, it talks about that duality of I'm hating you and I love you. And I like how you brought in the whole example of your tech, the new way tech, got all my contacts deleted, who is this? That I was like, oh, that was what that means when I'm getting blown off now. But I think it takes a really sharp mind to be witty like that and tie everything in, and for everybody in the room to kind of nod and say, yeah, that was my experience too. So very good.
Thank you.
And Elizabeth.
I totally agree with all the judges. Very deep, very funny. I also liked your hand gestures and the way that you pulled back at the end and got kind of quiet to allow us to integrate what it is that you were saying.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Please, another round of applause for Kevin. And closing out round one of today's audition for Drop the Mic, we have Zakia Quill. Everyone, please show your love for Zakia.
Writing and poetry is almost my religion, but it's also my meditation. As I'm bound with emotion on the bed and in the darkness, I wait for my puppet master to pull my strings and tell me to lap dance for him. I might as well be made of wood because that's how I feel when I'm fucked. Fucked up, that is. My body melts with the sweat of my anxiety while the master drips the hottest candle wax on my broken heart until I suffer from 2-degree burns of wrath on my skin. And if I cry out the pain, he whips me with a slave owner's bullwhip, since I am his slave until the end of time. He whips me with a riding crop, rides me until I'm sore, because the masochist in me wants that emotional pain so badly she can feel it physically. She needs the pain like a pimp needs his whores. Dance, my puppet. Dance, bitch! That's exactly what I need, an orgasmic insult. Sticks and stones may break my bones, as if I'm in Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 18. But chains and whips incite me. So does words as they rip my flesh into shreds. Blindfold me so that I'm able to see when your actions and real reactions will come towards me. Gag me so I can't tell you to stop and speak my mind. Handcuff me to the bars so that I won't break and throw my fist at your insecure face. As I'm bound with emotion on the bed and in the darkness, now feeling as broken, contoured, and twisted as my inner being, I am now a figure that you see in a Salvador Dali painting. All 50 shades of black and blue and red all over. This is what my inner being, like my own, called a sensational misery, S&M.
Let's hear it one more time for Zakia, everyone. Let's hear what the judges have to say. DeForio, do you have any feedback for Zakia?
Zakia, I thought the poem was very, very strong. Very strong. A little scary for me.
That's me for you. I can always scare people.
That's fine. Strong, though.
Thank you. Kevin.
Well, it's clear, you know, when you're starting off a poem or a poem talks about S&M, you start with DeForio. But yeah, just as you were saying, just very graphic, but not in a bad sense. I mean, it just kind of, we opened up we went into a little dark closet there and got to see a little something, and I think the common theme around a lot of poems today have been relationships and how we relate to folks within them. And I like the way you can use the metaphor of how you were the puppet and how you're being used, but at the same time wanting to be in that space as well. So thought it was really well.
Thank you. Elizabeth.
I thought it was a very brave poem, and I think you probably don't need the puppet master at the beginning. I think the reality of the poem is strong enough not to have to enter in with that metaphor. That's just my opinion, but I really thought it was wonderful.
Thank you.
And Alicia.
You had this clarity throughout the entire time you were speaking, which was very good. And I just wish I heard more of like the emotion of that battle of not feeling but wanting to feel. I wish I heard more of that emotion, just like in your tone.
Thank you, judges. Please give it up one more time for Zakia. And let's also give another round of applause for all the poets who completed round one of Drop the Mic.